Need a center build in NHL 25? Well, look no further. Before we get into the build breakdown real quick, I have to give a huge shout out to my guy Pringle. He's the one who gave me this build, so all credit to him for this one. Go drop him a follow. I would greatly appreciate that. But we're just going to run through the build real quick. So you see we got a playmaker, 6'1", 160. So the reason we're 6'1" and not 5'9" to give us kind of the max speed is because when you're 6'1", especially being that we're going to be playing center with this build, you want to be able to have a little bit of defense. So with a little bit of defense, you want to be able to have a longer stick. When you're 6'1", you just have a longer stick because of that.
What do you mean by that?
So that's why we decided to make our player 6'1". Then, of course, you can shoot whatever hand you want to. Abilities, we went with Puck on a String for our gold ability, because if y'all do not know, Puck on a String is super, super cheesy and really effective this year. Close Quarters for our first superstar ability. I don't need to explain that one. And Shutdown is also a super effective ability, especially for a really good two-way center. Then for our boost, we're just running Quick Stick and Disciplined IQ just to give us a little bit more of that defensive side of this build, because like I said, you're playing center, so you're going to want kind of like a two-way type build, but a two-way forward just is not the most effective center build in my opinion. Now, running through our different attribute categories, of course, for our first one, for the technique attributes, we're going to be trying to max out our speed. We want our agility up a little bit, and our accuracy, we really do not need those high at all for them to actually be effective, so that's why we went -4 for both of those. Next, for the power attributes, we of course want to max out our acceleration as well, and of course for NHL 25 especially, you need to max out your endurance. Like, that is just a non-negotiable, and it's of course the same thing for the wrist shot and slap shot power, like I explained before. After that, for your playstyle attributes, we just added a little bit to passing, and like I was saying this whole time, we want to be able to play that two-way game, so we did of course boost up our defense a little bit as well. Then with the Season 4 update, you can finally add 5 to both hand-eye and strength and just tank your durability and shot blocking, because I'll be honest, maybe durability is a little bit important if you find yourself getting injured a whole lot, but I'll be honest, with these builds, or really any builds, even if you're 5'9", 160, I do not find myself getting injured a whole lot, and I always tank the shit on my durability, so that's what I decided to do here. But y'all can let me know in the comments if y'all think any differently, and of course with anything else with this build. And finally, for your tactics attributes, we're of course going to max out our face-offs. We upped our deking as much as we possibly could, but we actually needed 78 discipline for, I think it's disciplined IQ, so we of course had to keep that where it was, because if we would have bumped it down 1 to 79, we wouldn't have been able to improve anything else. So we just kept that at 80, and we added 4 to our deking. And this is the center build that I'm currently rocking with for Season 4 and probably the rest of NHL 25. So